Let me tell you, we at ULP believe in your potential. We at ULP believe that your potential can change the course of history of this nation. We believe here at ULP that your potential can change the course of your community. We believe that at ULP, your potential can change the course of your career. We believe here at ULP that it can change the course of the organization you're leading, your business. So that's why we focus on potential, and that's why we're here. That's the reason why we're here. That's why we spend inordinate amount of time, energy, and resources for this vision.
One lives with and for others. One's success in the middle of misery is quite meaningless. One's success in the middle of a depleted planet is almost foolish.
But from that point on, until the time I breathe my last, it's my turn to work. It's my turn to run the race. With all my might, all my strength, until the last minute.
My going to the trenches was not about just because I was angry, but because it didn't make sense for my faith. If God cares and is just, then God must worry about this.
The key thing that I really want to emphasize to you is that be teachable. Have a teachable spirit. Be open to learn from everyone. There is nobody who's got a monopoly on knowledge.
Pride is a very convenient mask to hide our insecurities. And we build a kind of an untouchable brand around it. Hey, that guy, hey, you're looking for trouble. Is that the brand you want to create in life?
The role of a leader is to give people hope. And as Napoleon said, I'm not sure if he was a Christian or not, I think I should Google him, but Napoleon did say that a leader is a dealer in hope.
Yeah.
And that is the essential role, I believe, of a leader.
So our choices as leaders have consequences. We must stand and take responsibility for the consequences of the choices and the decisions that we make.
Integrity from a leadership perspective is totally indispensable, because unless that is embedded, you then fail to control how everything else basically evolves.
And that is why we can never build institutions, because you think that the institution is you. You are just a passing phase. You do your time, you do your shift, and you move on.
And the reality is that graduating is absolutely not enough in this rat race. It's important that you have somebody holding your hand, somebody guiding you, somebody telling you about the pitfalls, that, listen, if you don't look at this, you're going to fall.
See it as a journey. Don't expect things to happen overnight. Don't be intimidated by big goals. If you see big goals as a journey and you say one day, well then one day I promise you you're going to get there.
There's other people who demand leadership and demand power, but you can't demand influence. Influence is something different.
Because you don't go into business to make money. The purpose of business is never about making money, because that is the result. It's not the purpose.
Now, a good leader is like a good conductor. A conductor conducts people who may be excellent in playing violin. He may not be a violinist himself. But a good leader, a good conductor will actually produce rousing music by his sheer presence.
As a reflection, one kind of has to think about, do I feel good about myself as a leader because I've been able to help others feel good about themselves?
So it's important that you not just saying something, but going out there and behaving in a different way. So you've got to speak, you've got to do and live what you say.
Have the humility to admit that while you are good at certain things, you're not good at everything. And embrace the fact that you do not know everything, because that's what helps you engage other people.
When you start solving it by saying, when are African leaders going to become progressive? You are asking a procrastinating question. Because when means it's going to happen someday, sometime. If you start asking the same problem but say, but why are African leaders not accelerating? You're again robbing yourself, because you're asking a question from the platform of a victim, assuming things happen to us rather than us being able to make things happen.
Self-awareness. We really need to focus on this. You know, it's this one thing that all of us need to try. And who am I? What are the things that makes me who I am? What do I value? And why do I like the things that I like?
I think that is what should inspire all of us as proud Africans. Not merely to be co-optees of environments in which we operate, which have been inherited from the colonial past, but to become instruments of change in those environments.
Self-belief that's firmly rooted in reality can propel you into the next orbit. Self-belief is critical, coupled with confidence, coupled with hard work. Yes, work is a virtue.
Hard work, is important. Hard work pays. So for me, I just want to share with you that hard work really, really pays. Don't expect that you will progress by just asking. Do it.
Have a vision of what you want to achieve. Believe absolutely in that goal. Don't let anyone take you off that path. Go for that goal. Be brave enough to take mentors or people on that road as may be necessary. And work hard and accept that it is not a one-day match. You're going into a 10, 15-year game.
The lesson that I got from there was integrity. That integrity. You build it over 50 years, it takes 50 seconds to lose it. Protect it. Protect it.
I'd like to isolate 3 characteristics that I wish and pray you will demonstrate in your leadership capacity. And these are ethics, commitment, and courage.
You really have to know the difference between right and wrong. In your life, you have to know the difference between right and wrong. You do wrong things, they will catch up with you. If you perhaps unfortunately pass away, they will catch up with your children.
There are choices that we make for ourselves every single day. Every single day, we are faced with this choice versus that choice. And you've got to really think about your choices, about your life and how you manage your life and your career and your aspirations and what you want to do with yourself. It is a really active process. Every day, at least I believe so, every day it's about actively managing what I want to do.
Is that when you sit down and you face your day, just be sure of what your compass needle is telling you. What is your direction? What are your values? Remember those. That is your guide. And if you make decisions, all of your decisions in relation to your matrix of values, then you'll be okay. You'll do the best you can. That's the best you can do. You can't do better than that.
I think we can all say that we have values, but it's only seeing how we behave we can tell if those values are working or not. There's a very important connection. Behaviours are so much more visible in terms of how people do things.
We must know what we stand for, we must know what we represent, we must know what we want to achieve, and we must be able to extricate ourselves
so that we don't believe that we become infallible or irreplaceable.
But integrity is wholesomeness. So that what you think, say, and do, it's one and the same thing. You don't show up differently. That what people see is what they get. They don't have to second guess you.
Leadership is service. It's selfless service of the people that you lead. It is owning the decisions that you make. It is being humble enough to recognize the mistakes that you make.
So you must be able to build that self-recovery mechanism within you to always bounce back, to never allow people to write you off, and because you remember what I said, that your dream may be delayed, but it can never be denied.
So we're pioneering, we're bold, we are ever evolving, we are ever innovating. Very, very important characteristics, in my view, for an entrepreneur. If you want to remain relevant and stay ahead of the pack, just because you were the best yesterday doesn't mean you're going to be the best tomorrow. So you have to constantly be challenging yourself and saying, what am I going to do differently tomorrow? What am I going to do differently tomorrow? What new product am I going to bring in? So that when your competition is trying to catch up with you, you've moved on, you're one step ahead.
And along the way, you will have all sorts of barriers. You will have barriers of financial resources. You will have barriers of not even have enough knowledge in the subject that you want to handle. But if you stick to the plan, and you are enthusiastic enough, sufficiently enthusiastic, and then you are going to achieve your goal.